What up, is Marcus Dynasty with Dads? I have Jackson here. We're going to be talking about quarterbacks. I think a lot of people are going after Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Desmond Ridder. You're going after these quarterbacks, right? Oh, you want to give the people your pacifier? I think drafting Kenny Pickett at a 102, and you might not even see some of me because he might just be the center of attention. But if you draft Kenny Pickett at 102, here's your pacifier, I think that is a big mistake. And the reason for it being a big mistake is I think there's a lot of different options that you could do if you had an early first. There are, we're going to talk about four different, now you just chucked your pacifier, four different quarterbacks that I like. Jackson, you're making this video tough. Oh, just chuck your puffs. So, we're going to try to do this. He's home with me for a little bit today. We have a checkup appointment with him. And no, you can't reach the camera. So we're going to see how this goes. But again, if you're new to the channel, sometimes you see him, sometimes you don't. Everyone wanted to see their favorite person, Jackson. So, the first person we're going to go through is Justin Fields. I understand the situation at times looks poor because they have no weapons there. But let's go even through last year, which last year was the same exact situation because Allen Robinson decided to basically boycott the team. And he had 361 yards rushing the last 7 games. That's an 871-yard rushing pace. In my opinion, Justin Fields is an option that I would love a ton more than even Kenny Pickett himself. These quarterbacks I would rather have than Kenny Pickett, so I'd rather have them over the 103, 104, 105 in super flex leagues, of course, 1 QB leagues. These quarterbacks don't matter as much and not nearly as much, right, Jackson? So Justin Fields is the first quarterback. And his last 4 games, 24-19, 2, he only played half the game, 51% of his snaps. And then back to, well, I thought you were going to chuck it. Back to 19-15. So you had some consistency there into the high teens. I think a lot of that is rushing. I mean, you're not going to get a ton of receiving because Darnell Mooney is the only guy in town, basically. Thank you. Do you say thank you? No, we need to do the video. Justin Fields is somebody that I still had 102 last year, even in a really good class. And I haven't really changed much of my opinion on him, besides that I think the situation is going to be a struggle short term at 2022. They need to get a wide receiver there in 2023. Hopefully, they're smart enough next year. Hopefully, that they will get some weapons like they are doing for Zach Wilson. And the next person we're going to talk about is that guy, Zach Wilson. You got Garrett Wilson. You got the Wilson-to-Wilson connection, which is always fun. You have, of course, Corey Davis, which he's still a wide. He would have been one of the best wide receivers on the Bears offense, so we're going to at least have to talk about him. And then you have Elijah Moore, who I love. And then you have Breece Hall, Michael Carter out of the backfield. Just really, Zach Wilson had 10 or more points in 6 of his last 7 games. He did have 1 under 10. He had 33, 12, 91, 24 rushing yards in his last 4 games. So surprisingly mobile for rushing yards. And he had 4 rushing touchdowns. So somebody that we thought was a little less mobile, it has some mobility through there. And so I love Zach Wilson. He's got all the ability, the talent, the tools around him, the weapons around him. Zach Wilson is an immediate buy. And when Trey Lance is being ADP'd at 10-11 and then Zach Wilson's a whole couple rounds lower, I'm taking Zach Wilson over Trey Lance. Even though that we talked bad about Trey Lance is the next person that we're going to be talking about. He didn't play last year. But if he was in, let's just say he was in this draft class, since he didn't play at all. And you told me Trey Lance, Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, where you have it. I would have Trey Lance as the number 1 quarterback easily with the situation, with the draft capital, with the talent. I would have Trey Lance as the number 1 quarterback. And arguably, he'd be up there 101, 102 with Breece Hall. I feel that talented. I feel that good and confident about Trey Lance. That's the reason why he is drafted higher than Fields and Zach Wilson, even though that I would really correlate still them all relatively the same like I did last year. I thought 2 through 4 was a crapshoot. Not even necessarily a crapshoot. It just, like, they were so close to each other. And I still think they're close to each other. I think Zach Wilson has the best situation. I think Trey Lance we have to figure out if he's going to be a starting quarterback, if he's going to actually start for San Francisco here, what they're going to do with Jimmy G and everything like that. There's some big question marks there. The next person I'm going to go with is a guy that I actually personally traded for in the Dynasty Ads League and in a different league as well. It's Tua. He was 26th in 13 games, so 4 games he did miss. He's 24 years old. He has Tyreek Hill now. They don't have a super strong rushing game, and they have Chase Edmonds, basically a pass-catching running back out of the backfield. I love Tua. I think Tua is going to have an exceptionally well year into those mid-teens. You see him at 26. He was 31 in his rookie year. I could see him bump into that 12, 13, 14 category. He's not going to get a ton of rushing, so he's, at least in his career so far. So you're going to be stuck into Kirk Cousins. Hey, no, don't get the camera. You're going to be stuck in Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr type territory, but he has Jalen Waddle. He has Tyreek Hill. I mean, really, a lot of times he can just drop it off for 5 yards and let the wide receivers do the work. I think Tua is in an exceptional situation. And there's still players. These aren't players that I necessarily would want over Kenny Pickett, but you still have, remember of the world, in Superflex, you still have Matt Ryan. You still have Carson Wentz. These are players that still have value. Carson Wentz, borderline quarterback 1. I almost said wide receiver 1. He was quarterback 14. Yes, he played every single game. He has Terry McLaurin, so let's just say equal talent to Michael Pittman. And they seem to really hate Antonio Gibson, so we'll see what exactly happens for Washington. They have Jahan Dotson too, so they have some weapons for Carson Wentz. I could see him kind of repeating into that category. So, again, I hope you weren't too distracted by Mr. Jackson here. Jackson, what do you think about Justin Fields? Hey, what do you think about Justin Fields? No, nothing? Not a single thing? You don't care? He's been starting to walk now a bunch, so that's always been fun. Jackson, now Dad's done with the video, and now you don't care. So, what do you think about Trey Lance? Okay, we're going to eat Dad's face. What do you think about Zach Wilson? You're melting. What do you think about Zach Wilson? What do you think about Kirk Cousins? What do you think about Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes? Okay, he's also known as Pat Mahomes. What about Josh Allen? Okay, well, Jackson's going to go with the 0 QB strategy. Hates all quarterbacks. Probably because our height is... his max height's probably going to be like 5'9", 5'10". Probably not going to play quarterback. We're going to play running back. Yeah, we're probably going to play running back, right? We're going to play running back because we're short, can't catch. We're going to be the next Jordan Howards. Yeah, Jordan Howard. Right? Or Toby Gerhart. That's a name to remember. I was actually just doing some Heisman trivia with my dad and a couple friends, and Toby Gerhart got thrown into one of the trivia questions, so I thought that was fun. Right? Say bye, everybody. Say bye. Bye, we're melting. All right, see you guys.